Welcome back to the channel, guys. On today's episode, we're going to be servicing these Volvo D9s, both port and starboard. Just basic maintenance, oil changes and fuel filters, rate core filters. We'll write the information on the filters and yeah, we'll take it from there. All right, let's get into it. Let's get dirty. Guys, thank you for coming back to the channel. Like I said, we'll be servicing both these engines. These are Volvo D9s, 2006, 2009s. I don't quite remember, but they're somewhere around there. We'll be jumping on in there and pulling some oil out, putting some oil back in, changing fuel filters, and then this is our parts right here picked up. It takes 3 oil filters. It's got 2 regular ones, which are the boxes, and then this is a bypass that these engines have, and those are your rate core filters there. And fuel filters I have just off the screen here. All right, so let's get set up, and we'll be using an oil changer that's installed, which is right there. That's it right there. We'll be using that to pump some oil out and pump some oil back in. All right, guys. All right, let's get into it. Let's get dirty. All right, we're ready. I got my oil wrench here. I'm laying on top of the engine because filters are right here, and they're in front of the engine, or not necessarily in front of the engine, the back of the engine. The gear's right down here, so it'd be the back of the engine, but technically I call it the front because the front of the engine is actually towards the stern of the boat. The filters are towards the bow of the boat, but it's towards the cabin too. So anyways, you guys get it. So put your oil wrench on. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see, my arm was in the way. Oil wrench on. They are a little tight, and the fact that I'm laying on top of the engine doesn't make it any easier. They definitely are tight. Not because I put them on there tight, just because over time they do tend to get a little tight. You can see how it starts to spin. Just constant steady pressure, And easy, real easy, and they'll start to come out. They'll get loose. It's not super difficult. It is hot in here though. That is for sure. I'll probably get a better grip from it this way. Yeah, there you see. There you go. Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen all three of them, or the other two remaining, since while I'm here. Forgot my fan at another job. I wish I wouldn't have done that. I could definitely use it now, but it is what it is. We're gonna suck it up, Buttercup, and we're gonna get it done. There you go. That one's loose too. We'll do the last one. They do get tight with usage. I am not one to tighten these and go monkeys or bananas with them. I do not do that. I detest that. I read directions per manufacturer. It says it right on the filters. You seat it, and then you give it a 3/4 to 1 full turn on the filter. That's it. And to be honest, I don't do the 1 turn. I do the 3/4, because they do get tight over time, all by themselves. All right. So all three of them are loose. Let's start taking off. I'm going to take off the bypass one. There's a tray down here. I'll show it to you guys in a minute. You guys are a little far from me. See, my chest is all the way up against the engine, and I still can't reach you. So I'll show you here in a minute. But I'll unscrew the filter. There's a catch tray in case of anything right underneath it, and I got a bucket here. You can't see it from where you're at, but I got a bucket here in the engine room next to me on the floor, so I can put the filters in and stuff, and there's no leaks. So let me make sure that I got that ready, and we'll continue. Here's my bucket. Can you see it? Can you see it? There's my bucket right there. Set that down and grab the filter. I do fill my filters up with oil. There are some guys out there that are saying you don't have to and it's not necessary and yada yada yada. Guess what? I fill mine's up, and it ain't gonna hurt anything. So it takes the guesswork out of it. All right, I'm gonna show you something. Let me just here, I'll screw this back on momentarily so that I can grab the camera and I can show you something about this filter right here. And it kind of leaves that debate kind of in the way. It don't swing one way, it don't swing the other way. It kind of stays in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna pull this filter out here for a minute, and I'm gonna show you the inside of it. When I put it back, when I install the new filter, I'll fill them up, but not necessarily all the way to the top. Can you see inside of there? Can you guys see? Let me switch the camera around. Let me set it down in the bucket. Switch the camera around. I may have to get a flashlight so you guys can see. Let's see if you can see it. Let me show you with a flashlight. Can you see that filter just came off of the engine? Can you see down where the oil is? It's not full. That filter is not full. So for that debate of people saying, oh, you gotta fill them all the way up, or you can put them in empty. Well, guess what? That filter ain't full and it ain't empty. It's kind of like that one thing, the glass is half full or half empty. That's what this is. This is a catch tray that I was talking about. It sits underneath all the filters. This is a fuel filter right here we're going to be changing too. And these are your oil filters right there. See? That one, and then the third one goes right here. Sorry it's so close, but it's tight in here. Alright guys, I'm going to put you down and get me a new filter, and we'll go from there. Okay, got my new filter here. See, that's the part number. It's a bypass filter. Bypass. And it is a regular or original Volvo part. So I'm gonna take this plastic cap off. There's the other filter, it's still full. I haven't emptied it. Take that cap off, set that aside. We're using T4 Rotella 1540. Yeah. And see if I can get this open one-handedly. And we're gonna fill her up. Let me set you down, because I don't want that filter to swing over and dump all the oil that I'm trying to get into it. So let me pause it for a minute and I'll come back. Okay, so it's full. That's the old one right there. See where it's at? That's the new one right there. See where it's at, where it's filled to? You guys can see that? See, it ain't all the way up. It ain't empty either. I put about half a gallon or so of oil in it. As you go filling it up, it'll fill up all the way to the top, and then the paper medium or whatever it's built with inside, depends on your filter, will start soaking it in, and the level will drop again. So you know, you got to be patient with it. That's why it took about half a gallon. I did wipe the seal once, just with my finger, just wet it one time and wipe it around one time with oil. I do that. There's controversy about that too. Some guys say you don't have to, other guys say you do, yada yada yada. And bring it over here. Can I lift it? I gotta get underneath it. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, that kind of water noise. That's the AC. The AC on the boat's running. I'm putting it on there one-handedly. Okay, it already caught the threads. And I tighten it by hand until it seats, which is right about there. You feel resistance. Obviously my hand slips. It's a little sweaty. It's hot in here. And then, because my hands are slippery, I grab my wrench. Now I want you to envision, let's say, this barcode here. You'll see I don't go bananas on it. There's a barcode. That's about a quarter turn. That would be about another half a turn, or another quarter turn, I'm sorry, so it makes half. And then another little bit, another quarter, would be 3/4. That's it. I leave it right there. I don't go anymore. And then we just do the other two. And it's the same exact procedure. Take it off. They're already loose. Remember, I already loosened them. Take them off. Let's see how full this one is. How full is it? Can you see it? I can't see it from here. Let's see. It's about the same. It's not full. Let me set it down. See if I can get a light on there. set it down where it's not gonna fall over and make a mess. Nope, it's not full. See, there it is right there. See it? So there you go. At least on these engines, the filters are not 100% full all the way to the top. All right, I'm gonna set you guys down. I'll bring you back when I do this, when I finish this side. All right, guys. All 3 filters are installed. Oil filters, that is. Now we got to do fuel filter. Okay. The way I do this fuel filter on this boat. Remember, these are D9 engines. Okay. This is a rate core for this engine right here. Down here, on this boat at least, see if I can get a shot of it. That's the fuel header for the boat. That's where all the valves are. So I shut all the valves off coming from the tank to both engines, which is, this is starboard, port, and this is generator, genset. I shut the fuel off everywhere, including the one coming from the tank. This boat has 400-gallon tank. That's the sending unit for it. And the tank is all this back here. All back there. It's 400 gallons. Okay. So, this filter is a water separator. And this sensor right here, down here, let me see right here. This is the sensor that senses when there's water inside this fuel bowl down here. Because water is heavier than diesel is, so it'll always come down to the bottom. And when that sensor picks up that there's water in there, it sends a signal through the ECM to the boat, or in this case, since it's Volvo, it's EVCs is what they call their computers. There's EVCs and HVCs, helm control units and electronic control units, or engine control units I should say. And it sends a signal to your helm up there that there's water in the starboard engine, or a port engine, or whatever engine it is. Okay, so this is how I do it. Shut the fuel cocks or ball valves down there off for all the fuel to the whole entire boat. Unplug here. Put a catch hose here into a recipient, whether it be a bottle, a bucket, whatever you got. Open, crack this open. It will drain through the holes into whatever you're going to catch the fuel in. Once it's down a little bit, pull this off. This spins off, and then this spins off. The filter itself spins off. So I'll show you that in a minute. This is the new filter right there. That's the part number. Again, this is for D9 Volvo engines, 2006 I believe they are. I don't know, I couldn't tell you if it's, I know for a fact it's not like that on every Volvo. Everyone's different. You got to check to see what you have. All right, let me grab some wrenches. I'll take this off, hose, and everything, and I'll show you. Let me grab everything. Okay, so I've been able to set you up there. I disconnected the sensor already. There's one leg of it. There's the other leg. You want to disconnect it first because you're going to have to spin this off, and you're not going to be able to spin it off without breaking that sensor. You may break it as it goes around if you don't disconnect it first. I did a cat water bottle instead of a hose. Okay, so when you get it all back together, you go ahead and you fill the filter up with some clean diesel fuel. I got some more, I gotta grab it. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I filled it up. Put the gasket on. Lift it up a little bit. Kind of center it. Turn and spin at the same time. Until it catches. When it catches, you're golden. When it seats, when the gasket seats, put your wrench on there. Not tight. Quarter of a turn, half a turn, maybe a little bit more. That's it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Don't have to be gorilla tight. You grab your sensor leads and you clip them and you're done. This is a rate core for the port engine. You're gonna turn this real slow. Make sure, because it's full with diesel. So, I mean, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's a little cocked this way. So all the diesel inside is gonna rush out this way, right here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It may not be. It may be far enough down that it doesn't go anywhere. Well, we're gonna. I guess not, because it's loose already, and no diesel. So that's a good thing. I got to pump out the bilge anyways. It's nasty. Oh wow, that don't look real good. Well, we got some stuff in there. Pull it out real slow, and it's gonna have to drain. Otherwise, we're gonna make a mess. It's got some kind of stuff in there. Let it drain real good. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pause you guys right there, because I'm right here behind you guys. I'm squatting. It's tight in here, so I'm gonna pause you guys. I'm gonna move the camera, and then so I can get up and put this filter in the bucket that's behind me, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm just gonna put a filter in it. I don't see any algae growth or anything. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see it, but yeah, I don't see any algae growth down there anywhere. I mean, it had some stuff on top of the filter there. I couldn't tell you, but if you look down here, which it's pretty far down, you won't be able to see it. It doesn't seem to have much. So we're just gonna put a filter on it and let it ride. All right, let me grab that filter. So this is the filter right here. This is a 10 micron filter. Oh, come on. Hands are all sweaty. It's Africa hot today. I didn't know you guys were zoomed in. Let's get you a little further. There you go. That's a little better. There's your filter. Just put that one in. There's your O-rings. Oh, I just dropped it. Oh my. Let me grab it. Okay. Oh, here's the new gasket for the cap. Put it on, work it around. Make sure it sits in there good. I took the old oil ring off and I dropped that one too. But I got the new one out. Put the new one in here. Just roll it all the way. It has to sit right in that little groove right there. Roll it until it reaches there. Once it reaches, go around a few times there. It's spring action. It's got a spring in there with a check ball. So you gotta squeeze it down a little bit, put this T-nut on there and turn it. You don't have to tighten it to go bananas with it, just a little bit. Okay, there, it's seated. Give it a little bit more. That's it. You're gonna want to take that off in the future. You don't want to seal it there forever, so don't tighten it. Okay, we get our trash. We throw that away, and then let me get you set up so we can start pulling some oil from this engine. That will be the final step. Pull oil and put oil back in. That's it. We'll be done with it. Okay, so as I showed you at the beginning of the video, that right there is the lube pump, or the oil changer. Okay, that hose over there, which I'll extend here in a minute, it's got a fitting at the end of it. I'm standing behind the camera. I'm over here. There's not much, like I've said before, it's a boat. There's some room, but there's not a lot in this boat. Anyways, that hose has a cap on the end of it. You uncap it, you turn the pump on, and then you select if you're gonna pull oil or you're gonna put oil back in. And underneath, let's see if I can show you. I'll lower you here. Underneath this pump. Sorry about my finger there in the way. Let's see. You can see it right there. Oh, come on. Okay. Can you see it? No, you can't see it real well. Let me see if I can move this out of the way. Okay, you see there how it says starboard? Starboard trans, port main, port trans, genset. Okay, those are different valves. Let me move the camera then. See these valves right here? These valves, you open and you close them depending on what it is that you're gonna pull or put oil into. Okay, now you don't want to use this pump. Let's say you're a quart low on oil in the engines. You don't use that pump for that. This pump is used only to do your oil changes. You don't use it to add small amounts of oil. Add small amounts of oil, it's just normal. It's where you fill oil at, whether it be the engine or the transmission. And I got my phone ringing. Give me 1 minute. Alright guys, where was I? So like I was saying, it's got this cap here. Take this cap off. And I already loosened it. I thought I did. There we go. Take that cap off. Got a rag. And then we are going to do port main. So 1, 2, 3. So we go on the bottom, we do 1, 2, 3. You open that valve, and then you turn it on here, and we choose, there's a stop. Let me see if I can show you. On this one, there's different models of oil changers on boats, but on this one, you can zoom in a little bit. Can you see that? I think you can. This one is up, has an arrow up. This is your stop, which is illuminated, and this has an arrow down. So we're gonna hit this one here, which so that it pulls from the engine. It pulls out. So let's see if we are correct. There it goes. See that? Now the reason why I have a 5-gallon bucket is because I don't have any other empty jugs to be able to put the used oil into there. If I did, I'd put it straight into there, into the empty jugs. But since I don't, I gotta start with a 5-gallon bucket. I have one of the gallons which was used to fill the oil filters with, but it's only 1 gallon. The engine takes about, I believe it's 6 gallons. So I'd fill this completely up and still have extra in the engine that I have to pull out. That's what I'm planning on doing. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I filled that one empty jug, which is right out there. I filled 1 gallon there, and then it's over now. It's finished pulling out, but it starts to splatter everywhere. I'll show you real quick. See? It starts to. So let me let it finish draining from the hose there, and get a lid, cover this up, and take this 5-gallon pail out of here, and we'll start bringing in gallons of oil, and I'll show you how we put it back in. Okay, so I have here just slightly over half a gallon left over from when we did the filters, and we're gonna use that because we've got to use it all. I put the cap back on here when I'm not using it, just so I don't get any drips anywhere. And then you stick your hose in here, and you hit down, and you listen to it, and it starts to pump back in. And when you hear it change, it's empty. See? It has to go further into the gallon because it can't pick it up until it sucks it all in. There you go, it's empty. Now, there is some residual that always stays always stays in the bottom of the gallons, okay? I don't put that to waste. I'll go putting it in the other jugs, the other gallons. As I open them, whatever's at the bottom, I put it into that jug, and it gets pumped in. We don't waste it, okay? And that's how it happens. So you just got to do that a few more times. The other thing that I do, I'll show you that now, is, let me adjust the camera. I pull a dipstick. Pull a dipstick, and I'll wipe it. See? Where are you? There's nothing on the stick. See? And I'll go checking it on the stick as I go pumping in. And that way I don't overfill the engines. Alright, I'll come back for the final. Okay guys, we're all filled up. We ended up using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jugs, 5 gallons, however you want to see it. We have left to stow away the hose again, and we turn this off here, that red switch there, toggle switch, and you'll see we're at our mark. You want to go slow. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but we're at our mark right there. Let me see, where are you? I don't know if you can see it, but we're at our mark. One thing you do want is a rag, because every time you take the hose out of the jug, when the gallons are full, the hose goes all the way to the bottom. You put the hose all the way to the bottom so it gets full of oil. So when the gallon is empty, you want to wipe the hose down as you take it out. The only thing left to do here is to write the hours on the filters. Clean that catch tray up, leave it nice and clean and spotless. Yeah, start the engine. Oh, one thing that I think I forgot to show it, was make sure you open your fuel ball valves, which are down there. Remember I showed you fuel ball valves? Open that, because otherwise you'll starve the engine of fuel and you'll go crazy trying to figure out why, if you don't know. The other thing I did was, I don't know if I captured it or not, was this primer. This is a primer right here. You unscrew it, it goes up and down, and then as you go up and down, you open up this bleeder screw and you'll hear air coming out. And what it's doing, it's taking the air out of this filter and suctioning fuel from that ray core down there. Other than that, you put the hours on the filter. You can put the date on it too if you want. Start the engine up. You start the engine up, make sure it runs fine for about 30 seconds, a minute. Shut it down, come back down here, pull your dipstick, check your oil, make sure you don't have to add any to it. And once you've done all that, I'd say you could call this one done. All right guys, thank you for coming out.